It is your Classic Metal Show right here on theclassicmetalshow.com. That's a tune called Obsession from a record called Knockout from a band called Unbreakable. These guys are getting a lot of run right now, being called the New Scorpions. And so I figured we'd talk to them and see what's going on with them. So right now we've got the singer of Unbreakable. We've got Al Crespo. Al, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Excellent, man. Well,
that's great.
Well, Al, new record is out there. It's definitely classic metal. It's definitely got big hooks in it and big sound. And let's start there, man. Congratulations on a new record.
Oh, thanks a lot. It's great to hear that you enjoy the record. Like coming from someone like you that has to do all the time with music and listening to new bands, new music. That you appreciate our music. It's great to hear that.
Oh, sure. Well, Al, you've seen the press, I'm sure, that where you're getting a lot of people that are calling you the quote unquote new Scorpions. Obviously, that has a lot to do with the fact that you work with Herman from the Scorpions. How do you feel about that comparison? Do you think that that's fair, for you guys, or do you think that maybe sets a false expectation?
That's difficult. At first, it's a compliment, right? Because the Scorpions, they were so, and they are still so big and so important in the world of music that it's a compliment when people think and would mention that we are to be or we could be the next Scorpions. Of course, something that we feel, okay, wow, people listen to our music and think that. It's a big compliment, right? But yeah, for the band, of course, we have our similarities. We have many influences from lots of bands. The Scorpions are there. Herman was our producer. Herman, he was the drummer of the Scorpions. He wrote lots of songs by the Scorpions, lots of hits. And of course, there's always some sound or a lot of similarity to what the Scorpions are. So a lot of people, the first impression when they hear two few songs are, this sounds pretty much like the Scorpions. But I think that's the sound that the band has. We grew up with the music. We grew up with listening from our parents. For me, it was my mother. For the other guys, for Alex, for example, was the father. Was really into the 80s, 70s classic rock music. So we grew up liking the music, and since we had a band, we covered that kind of music. So it was always there, that sound is. And yeah, that's the band sound right now for the moment. Our compositions have that sound, which sounds pretty similar. Scorpions, it has a lot of similarities with lots of bands. I think there's places where I listen the way it was composed, or like Foreigner at some point, like I don't know, like a little like Queen, or I don't know. So since we have so many influence, there is going always to be some parts of the songs that are going to be similar to some band.
Sure. Now, one of the things that sticks out right away, you guys are obviously very influenced, like you said, by the 70s and 80s type of classic rock, classic metal sound. You guys are also young guys, and it's a little surprising that younger guys would lean toward the more retro sound than the more modern sounding heavy metal of today. Did you guys purposely go for that sound, or did you just not want to follow the trends, or what?
No, it was just, it was the music. We kind of got together and we all were into that. We always had done that kind of music. I was always a fan of the kind of playing, that kind of composing, that kind of singing, and the guys as well. So it was like we got together. It was the perfect constellation to do that music. And when the guys showed me the music, because I entered the band a few years later, as they already had started doing this music, when they showed me the music, it was like, wow, it suits perfectly to what I love to do. It was like a dream to have a band that makes that really wants to do that kind of music. And I've looked a lot. I was covering a lot. I've covered the Scorpions. I've covered so many classic bands, and that's what I did. And then I come and meet some guys that need a singer and are doing exactly the music I want to do. It was not that we decided to do the music. Okay, we're going to do that. So it was our style. Like, it's been there for years. We have always played that type of music. I have done many other different kinds of music, but it was still my favorite. So where I feel most comfortable in, and I think I speak for all the band when I say that.
Sure. Now, listening to you personally, your voice, you cover a lot of different bases with your sound. I mean, you literally, from song to song, you could sound like anybody for, if people are looking to compare. On some songs, you sound like the guy from Steelheart. On other songs, you sound like Joey Tempest from Europe. On other songs, you've got more of a growling type of a thing that you add in. Do you purposely try to have different scope of your voice?
It's not purposely. I think it's been like, as I said, I've covered so many bands. I've done all Europe. I've done Tempest. I've done Queen. I've done Scorpions. Some things stay there. So when you come to a part where probably I don't know, it's just there it comes. And as I was recording the album, the guys, the producers didn't know me, so Michael Voss was there coaching me, and he was always like that, telling me, "Oh, you sounded like like Freddie. Oh, you sounded like Alice Cooper there." He was always like, and it was like, "What? Yeah, really? Listen to this." And these are things that he said, "Okay, you bring your input. You have I've never met someone that thinks like you, and this way you can sound in so many different ways, and every single time he was discovering something new about my voice, and it was great for me to get to know in that way, that approach my voice, that someone says, okay, oh, you could do this and you could do that, and you can approach the song this way. It was for me it's interesting. I've always sung like that, so for someone to tell me those things, oh, you sound here like this and you sound here like that, it's like something very interesting to see how people see and listen and how they see my voice,
Sure. Excellent.
How they find my voice.
Right. Well, now certainly a lot of press has been made about the fact that that you worked pretty exclusively with Herman Rarebell on the record. How did you guys get to know Herman?
Well, we were looking for a producer. We had been playing a lot live, and we had a few demos that were on the radio, and we were looking for a professional producer because people were always asking, hey, when are you guys going to bring an album or a single or something? And we said it was every single time after every single concert, more and more constant. And then we decided we have to go for it. Really, if we're going to do that, our desire is to do it right and to try to work with the best, of course. And we were lucky there because Herman listened to the music. I think the fact that we make this kind of music helped him to it made him easy to work with us. So it was at some point familiar to him, the music we were making, and he said, okay, I could really it could work with these guys if I give them my advice, from my experiences, and that's how we came together. He listened to our music. He said, okay, let's do it. He came to us. We started doing the arrangements, selecting the songs that were going to be in the album, and we really got really good friends with him. We have even every time a closer contact to him. We phone almost every day with him. It's because we're always now we are going what's going to be from with the band in the future. So we're looking for a team to work with. He knows so many people, and he really definitely wants to be more involved with the band every time.
Excellent. Now, you guys do have a video out there for Rock the Nightlife. It's definitely a cool video, and in the video, Herman appears at the end. He's the guy that gets the girl. I got to ask though, in real life, it would be somebody in the band getting the girl, not the old guy, right?
Yeah, who tells? No, Herman is Herman. You know, he knows the ways. No, yeah, yeah. We decided to have him at the video. He's been so important for us and so supportive. It was Pascal's idea to have him in the song. There was a part where we didn't. We had some ideas, but some of them didn't work out as well as we thought. And Pascal, our guitarist, said, "Okay, what if Herman tried something?" And Herman was, "Okay, I'll try something." And it was funny, and we decided to keep it there. And Herman was going to be on our video there, so we were taking that song for first single. Yeah, I think it was a cool thing to do.
Sure. Now, Al, the European market has much more of a hunger for the style of music that you guys play than here in the U.S. With that said, will you still try to break into the American market, or do you concentrate mostly on Europe since that's where this style of music is more accepted?
I don't really know where it's more accepted. After Herman's experience, he said the country where we had to go was the USA. Okay. Because once we made it there, we can make it all over the world. So he said, okay, let's go for it. Rock was made for the United States. Of course, there's a lot going on here with rock. Fans and supporters here in Europe, but I think the USA is still the country where the most rock music is played. I've been there many times, and for example, just the radios. Probably it's not like in the 80s or years ago, many years ago, but when I listen to the radios here, for example, there's just I can count them like with my fingers in whole Germany, which radios are play rock or heavy metal or that kind of music. In the United States, it's something that I was in Miami, for example. Although Miami is more Latin style type of the city, there are many stations that still play that classic rock music and really music where I said, okay, well. Amazing that people still support and wants to listen to the music everywhere, like on the so when I was just walking on the street, just going through a bar or something, there were always I could always listen to classic rock, to music that here in Germany you don't hear that often.
Sure.
So I think there's still a lot of opening and a lot of people that still support that music there and like it. And as we are now releasing our album here, we've seen Europe is a good place to come as well. There's a lot of people that like our music and we give great feedback. But I think our first goal is the United States. We definitely want to try it out there first.
Excellent. Well, what are your plans for 2014? Do you have plans to come over here, or are you going to tour over there primarily, or what are you going to do?
We're working on that very a lot to go there. We have big plans to go there and tour with a band as a support band. So it's not for sure still, but it could probably happen soon. So that's our desire, to go and tour there a few months, 3 months. I think we'll be playing almost every day when it works out. Otherwise, yeah, we have canceled a lot of gigs. Sadly, we had to cancel lots of gigs here in Europe because we wanted to focus on promoting our things there in the United States. But yeah, that's we're really working now, trying to work something out for going out there and playing there and being in contact with the people in the United States.
Excellent. Well, Al, before I let you go, I have to ask you what's known as the traditional classic metal show question. We ask everybody this one. Everybody seems to have an answer. So, how has Lemmy from Motorhead influenced your career?
Lemmy's from Motorhead. Oh my God. Well, I think there's always, from every single band, that they are classic bands and music that has been made. Always there's always difference from band to band, and there's always something that you can learn from everyone. So when you talk about Motorhead, well, I've listened to them a lot. I have some other bands that are more I like more. I listen to the music more, but it's still they are there and they are a big influence for everyone. So.
Sure, no doubt. Well, the name of the band again is Unbreakable. The album is called Knockout. Yep. It's available pretty much anywhere that you'd want to get it. It's on Spotify if you want to give it a listen. So I'll tell you what, Al, as a tradition on the show, we always let the artist pick a closing song. So what would you like us to end the interview with, and maybe tell us a story about the song?
Well, I'll go with our first single, Rock the Nightlife. Well, it was a story about, we were trying always to tell real life stories. So this story is simple, going out, having fun in the night, seeing a hot girl and just having fun, rocking the nightlife.
Excellent. Well, let's check
Something everyone does.
Excellent. Well, let's check it out right now. This is Rock the Nightlife. It is Unbreakable right here on your Classic Metal Show.